Hi everyone and welcome to AJ's Allotment. So I've been nominated by the lovely Kimmy from Kimmy's Kitchen Garden to do the hashtag garden disasters video. So I thought I'll tie that in with a March greenhouse tour and show you what is and isn't happening at the moment. Right, so I'll quickly turn you around and we'll have a look. The first thing that's new to the greenhouse is this lovely paraffin heater. It's been so cold and I was really worried about losing what seedlings I had, that I invested in one, and it's been the best thing that I could have done really. Yeah, because we've been hitting really low temperatures and this greenhouse doesn't get that much sun. It could be in a sunnier spot really, but I just don't have the space for it anywhere else. So I've invested in this. I mean, it's only going to be a few more weeks and then I'm not going to need it. But whilst the temperatures are still really dipping below freezing in the day and at night, and obviously we're due a new cold spell, it's been an investment really. So let me show you what's going on. I think I'll start with my salads. I've had a little move around in here as well. Yeah, so these are all getting on nicely. They're really ready for going out really and going into bigger spacings. They're just like a frilly mix, but yeah, they've all, everything's germinated really well. These are what I potted on. These are those what's it called now? Is it Mortimer's mix, something like that? I can't remember, from the Real Seed catalogue. And there's lots of different varieties in there. But then I've moved on into individual cells and they're doing really well. These mixed salad bowl, again, getting on really nicely now, and some more frilly mix at the back. See, I had thought really by now I would have been putting them out, but obviously we've had all this cold weather, so everything's just sort of stuck. But everything's doing really well. The spring onions have come up now. At the back, more lettuce. There, more of the Mortimer's mix, again doing quite well. My peppers have been in here for a couple of weeks now, even with the cold temperatures, because of the heater it's kept it just above freezing, so they're fine, they're quite happy, they're doing okay, which I wouldn't want massive rapid growth anyway. Everything's a bit dry, I need to have a water. I think at the back there, the fast jet going over. At the back there are the Rab 60, I think those are. Again, looking really quite well. Garlic's doing fantastic. Onions are offering well now. Even the spinach is going. Red onions finally started. I thought I was going to have to bin them. They weren't doing anything. I thought they're going to rot. They're not going anywhere. And then all of a sudden, they've pooped out. These are some strawberry runners. Well, let's say runners. These are actually runners. These are more mature plants that I've used my origami newspaper plant pots that I made months ago. And these are ones that are going to be going to friends. But they're really sturdy. I wanted a bigger pot so I could give some mature plants away. So I used the origami method and they really hold nice. They hold quite, you know, because these have got quite a bit of a solid top on those. Anyway, yeah, so I potted those on. In here, these are some stock, 10 week stock. That's them growing nicely. Nothing going on in there yet, that bottom one. This is some chard, finally starting to pop its head up. Didn't think that was going to get started. Sweet peas are doing well. What I've done with those is, they was in the newspaper ones, but they've started to root out the sides, so I've actually just used toilet rolls and slid them into there just to give it an extra bit of structure, somewhere for the roots to go, with a little bit more compost. And then there's just a few odds and ends, some flower sprouts there. And these are the broccoli 60 as well. Shallots are just starting to make progress. They've got good roots on them though. And the garlic again, that's doing okay. More red onions. Now I have had to put some slug pellets around, which I didn't like to do, but we've been having a good old munch on things. These are allium drumstick flowers. The Gladys are not doing. That's the ranunculus. Only 2 have, oh no, there's another one there, look, 3. So they've been a bit slow. I thought they might have rotted off, but they're starting to go now. There were only cheap combs that I'd got from a cheap shop. Nothing much going on there. They're my marigolds. And there's more onions down the bottom. And the pot I've just been sat in is a dianthus we got from my son's, my youngest one. He did a bee exhibition at school, and because they was learning about pollinators, they planted and grew some and took care of some flowering plants. So we got a dianthus from that, and a few other things he picked up. So all the reception age children, the 5-year-olds, were looking after pollinating plants. So there's a grape hyacinth, a snowdrop, they did some sweet peas, they did some primulas. So that was from school. And then up here, excuse the light, I'm not sure what it's like. I can't see what I'm doing really. Yeah, so these are really healthy and good to go. We'll be eating from them soon in a few weeks' time. So they're just mixed salad bowl. Again, this is like a spicy mix. This one, leeks are doing okay, finally. Cauliflowers are looking well. When I first did them, they was a bit sad looking, but they've actually come really nice now. And these are the borage. I had to move the borage up because the slugs had been in at them. Now I've moved them out of the way, they're doing better. I sowed some herbs ages ago, didn't think they would get going, but this last couple of days they've really put on some growth. So that's I think it's coriander, parsley. What's this one? Oh, that's dill. That one. So yeah, so that even the herbs are making a bit of an effort now. So because even the nighttime temperatures are cold and the wind temperatures are cold, because I've got that heater now, and with the sunshine I do get in the morning, things are starting to make an effort now. The beetroot is now coming up that I sowed in modules. My broad beans haven't popped up yet, but I'm sure they won't be too far behind. It's nice to see the beet coming up. Nothing going on in there. Can't even remember what I put in there. Oh, so that's lettuce all year round in there, but there's nothing germinated. So I don't know why they've not germinated. More strawberries in pots down here. I've got quite a lot of runners to do. Herbs ready to go in my herb bed. I've got them herb beds from that mystery box from Dobie's, so I'm going to do my herbs there. But yeah, so that's the greenhouse. Not much really going on. I need to tidy up a bit more. More sweet peas. These slugs have been at the cornflowers, so I've really lost quite a lot there. I'm going to have a good fish around, see if I can eliminate them. So I'm not happy about that, because they were supposed to be going to my mum, and there's not many left now. So I'm a bit disappointed. More onions, some alpine white strawberries that I sowed from seed last year. That was given to me from, I think it was Grumpy Gardener. Yeah, so they were last year. I sowed those. You can see, look, the slugs have had them. They've had me borage, so really not happy. Some asparagus, and in these is the comfrey root cuttings that I took. So let's have a look at the temperatures. I bought this. I mean, it's not that accurate. It's a little bit rubbish. Yeah, I bought this from Homebase. I can't remember, I think it's about £4 or £5. It's not massively accurate, but it's close enough to the bar. I mean, it's saying it's 30 degrees in here. I wouldn't say it's 30 degrees in here at all. Oh no, it's saying its highest temperature was 30. So I'm saying it's 25. I would say it's more 20 really, but it's saying it's not. Temperature's maintaining just above freezing, so that's good. And the frost is staying off. So I'm gonna reset it. You know, it's a bit basic, but it gives me a little indicator of what we're getting to. And then I've got this old one here hanging up, and that is saying, look, it's yeah, that's saying it's about 18 in here, which is a bit more accurate, I think, really. Although that one's in the sun, that one's in the shade. So it's just pots and pots and pots and pots everywhere, ready to go. I've sort of been a bit out of it this week, not knowing what I'm doing, wanting to get on, and then the weather keeps changing its mind. So I'm not really pursuing much at the moment. What I have done is I've bought one of the little small blow away plastic greenhouses. Oh look, let me just show you, look. A ladybird just flew in through the door. I hope you can see that. Can you see that? I hope you can. I can see it's just here, look. That was quite exciting, that. So, because I've got some aphids in the kitchen, and I need the ladybirds to come eat them. So if the ladybirds start moving in, I know they're going to help me with my job, which is to get rid of the aphids. What was I saying? Yes, I bought a blow-away greenhouse to put things that don't mind a bit of cold weather into, so I can put my onions and shallots in there until I got time to take them up, until the weather's right to put them in the allotment. So I'm going to be putting that up later. Things like the strawberry plants, they don't need to be in a heated greenhouse at all, but because they're in newspaper plant pots, I'm not going to put them outside until they're ready to be picked up by whoever's going to take them. So things like that can go in there, which is going to give me more space. I am enjoying using newspaper plant pots, as well as, you know, I don't want to keep using too much plastic, but it is inevitable. So what I do is I keep these grape pots and I use them as my holders. These are peas, look, you can just see that one's bulging at the top there. They're alderman, so they're just popping up. I've got the Champion of England inside, and I need to sow some more peas. Rather than doing lots and lots at one go, I'm just doing them successionally in the newspaper pots, and I'm putting 3 peas to each module. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 21, 24, 27. Oh, look at that, I can count. So 27 in here if they all germinate, and then I'll do the same again this week with some more. Yeah, so that's the greenhouse tour. Nothing a lot exciting. There's a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, when I'm looking at my seed tin, this isn't even touching the iceberg, but a lot of it is onions. I could have put all these direct into the ground, but because of keeping on top of weeds, I didn't want to hoe them away. So this is why I've done them in modules, just because I'm very clumsy and heavy-handed, and I just hoe, and I think I've massacred half my onions that I did put direct. So that's why I've liked to do them in modules and get them going. But yeah, in a couple of weeks, we'll all be moaning it's too warm. So they'll be going out soon, but they're getting there. They're sprouting off now. The garden, I've got massive plans for the garden this year. Still got a lot of work to do in the garden this year with developing how I want to. I need to cut this eucalyptus back. It's got a bit excited and had a big grow, but now it's hanging over, so that just needs lopping down. You can actually cut eucalyptus quite hard back. There's some little daffs that I've made survive through the snow. Everything was covered in snow last weekend. A couple of foot of snow, and they're still alright and surviving. My tulips are growing now. But yeah, so I've got tons I need to get done really up here. Got myself a new table set. But look, I just wanted to show you my rhubarb. So this hasn't been forced or anything other than been hidden under snow, and it's really, really happy. It's doing so well, look. So we'll be having rhubarb real soon. So I'm really pleased with the growth on this one, because it only got put in last year. It was sort of dumped in. So I'm happy with that. And then these are my strawberry pots and everything. So that's one of the herb planters. So it comes into 4 different modules. I've just been putting some of my homemade compost in the bottom, and then I'm going to top it off with some garden centre compost. So I'm going to have a herb bed here next to the chairs so that when I'm sat down it'll be nice and fragrant, because I've got lavender, thyme, oregano. Look at this. So my hyacinths are slowly, yeah, a couple of crocuses there that we got from Bill's Fair, but the hyacinths are all what I put in from bulb. So it's really pretty to see them growing. So now let's talk about garden disasters. I haven't really had too many massive disasters. I think the worst being when I was growing from home, I had a big bench with pumpkin plants on. There was setting fruit, trailing nicely, and then my lovely 2 boxer dogs got up the garden and ate every single plant, bit of fruit, prickly bit. They wasn't bothered. They chomped their way through the whole lot. And it's, you know, getting on into the season, so I couldn't replace them. There wasn't enough time to grow anymore, so I didn't have any pumpkins, and I was really looking forward to them. So that's one of my biggest disasters. So we can't really trust the dogs around any kind of edible food bushes, plants, because they just eat them. They just chomp their way through them. The little, yes, Manny's actually looking at me as I'm saying that. So that's one of my biggest disasters, and I suppose my other one is last year I mixed all my tomatoes up and I couldn't find the labels. I didn't know what was what, so I couldn't pinch them out and cordon them the way I needed to, because some were bush and some were cordons. So I left them feral to run across the greenhouse, and I didn't tie them up or anything, but in actual fact it wasn't really a disaster because we had a massive crop. It was just a messy crop. So this year, labels have been really, really good so far. I've labelled everything really well. I'm really working on that. But I suppose that's it really. But I don't think I'd call them disasters. I would just call them learning curves more than anything. But there's nothing major really. We all have our losses. I normally fight with the slugs and whitefly, and I suppose I could say a disaster would be the brassicas getting eaten by cabbage whitefly, and that's an occurrence every year really, but what can you do? We can just keep striving and learning and progressing as we go. Right then, I suppose I best tag some people, but I would say most people have probably already been tagged, so I do apologise if you have, and if you have got time, you know, that's fine. If you really don't want to take part or haven't got time, you know, don't feel like you have to. So first person I'm going to say is Claire from Purple Sweet Pea. Then I think Nick's allotment. I've not caught up on all subscriptions yet, so I'm not sure who has and hasn't been tagged. Dean's lost the plot. And then I'm going to leave it open. Oh, in fact, you can eat the grass. Yeah. I know you like a challenge, so I challenge you to do your hashtag garden disasters video. So I'm going to tag those people in the bottom, and I'm going to leave it open. So if you haven't been tagged but you really want to share your disasters, you can comment on the link below and tell us all what you've been doing and what your disasters are, and if you're going to video it, pop your link on at the bottom, and then people can go through the comments and come across to your station. But yeah, for now I think I'm going to leave it there. I will be catching up real soon with what's going on with potatoes, and I'll do an update on my tomatoes, which are going quite well in the bedroom. But for now I'm going to leave it there and say take care. Do take precautions if you're out in the snow next week when we get it again, or if you've got it now. I know a lot of people still do, but just be hopeful. A few more weeks and spring will be here properly. So take care and goodbye for now.